Three, two, one. Howdy doodly, everybody! How we doing tonight? Tonight we have Articuno League, Season 11, Week 3. And Hyde is not alone tonight. You may have capped them for the last 2 weeks and into Week 3. They've been casting every game so far, and old Hyde's behind, but we got the expert, the knowledge with us, GX2. What's up, bro? How you doing tonight?
Pretty good, man. Great to be here. Gonna have an exciting match here. We got For Fun, a team I'm subbing for. They're up and coming. Got a lot of potential. Can't wait to see how they perform tonight. Because it's Thanksgiving. These guys have some nasty comms coming in, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, Thanksgiving has been doing a lot of great work in terms of being able to keep everybody on their toes. They want to come in, bring everybody down. They want to say, you know what? Yeah, we need to get this going. We need to get this done. They've got Razor Leaf Decidui on their back pocket. They absolutely love it. I hope For Fun is ready to play it, although they definitely know they have some counters for it, because who doesn't have a counter for some ADCs in their pocket, right?
Absolutely, man. And not always protected as they think.
All right. Well, our teams are going to be taking second pick there, so we're just going to be waiting for the ready checks there. So while we're waiting for the ready checks there, GX, let's go take a look at the leaderboard. Woo! Look at that. This is the Sinnoh group. So we are still in the group stages for the Articuno League. As you can see all the way up in the top there with 6 wins, 0 losses right now, because we're counting every game. Thanks Gaming coming in at first place. UTA coming in at second place. 3 wins, 3 losses. That's not a bad record, GTA GX.
Yeah, man. They're up and coming, dude. They're holding their own there.
Absolutely. We got For Fun, though, coming in 3-3 as well. Wait a minute. No, wait. No, they're supposed to be 3-4. I messed that up, guys. Hyde spreading misinformation across the internet once more. They've won 3 sets, but they did lose 4 games. That's why they're all the way down in third place, not tied for second. So, well, we can't win them all. But Abyss Order rounding it out at the bottom there with 1 win, 6 losses there. So, GX, you were able to take a look at some of these teams that are coming up there. What do you think For Fun's going to be bringing to the table tonight that we really have to watch out for?
Well, I know they want to be trying out some Hoopa plays. They've been working on that. Chrissy is the resident support player, and we have their defender player in Thube trying out some new defenders, expanding our Mon pool. So to help better support the team. So let's see what they bring to the table today.
Absolutely. I'm excited for that. And what is it? We have been working on a few other things in our own pockets as well. Of course, we've been working on the Razor Leaf Decidui, and we recently learned that For Fun got a coach. So we're like, oh, well, they definitely are going to be countering some of our ADC stuff. So we got to bring a few other things in the pocket. Some popular Pokemon we absolutely love to play with at Thanksgiving here are going to be Mewtwo X, Vaporeon, Decidui, obviously, Blissey, Blastoise. We love our tank Pokemon there. Mega Lucario coming in as a strong finish there. Venusaur, Mew. There's a lot of Pokemon in the pocket of Thanksgiving that they're really good with. Even if we don't get the Blissey for that Razor Leaf Decidui combo there, they're still able to bring it in utilizing other supports such as Alcremie, Eldegoss a little bit, and sometimes, if we're feeling a little crazy, Mr. Mime.
I always love Mime games. I hope he goes for walls. I'm a huge wall fan. Keep him out.
Absolutely there. We're still waiting for ready checks on one team there, but Mr. Mime has just been really, really good. I mean, everybody goes for that barrier confusion combo, and it's so strong. Very oppressive in lane. But what do you think of Power Swap Psychic, GX?
I am a fan of Power Swap. You got to keep the other all-rounder brawler alive. He's pretty much like the second command, the other source of offense for the team. So keeping him alive and healthy is very important. So and this team understands that. So that's much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. The HP that you get from it, the little bit of attack boost there, the damage boost there is always really, really nice there. You know what? Listen, okay, everybody here knows that I love Sableye. I love Tyranitar. I love Duraludon. My team denies me every time. I even put a plea in the chat. Teams, I love Sableye. Please pick it. But what are some of your favorite Pokemon that you would love to see coming out into the Articuno League?
Well, there's been opportunities for it to be displayed in a couple of matches. I'm a huge fan of B2X. Hopefully, he stays strong after the buffs. Hopefully, it's not too impactful. I know he's getting in like a little bit of a stat increase, at least in his attack stat, by a bit, and some of the bonus damage from his teleport when his future sight is going down. But I still feel it's going to be a strong pick coming into the future. I want to see how some of these megas play out. Like, for example, Mega Charizard, why he's very impactful in the game and hard to like pin down because of the basically the hindrance resistance. He's not invincible, quote unquote, but like it's very hard to pin him down. You have to really focus fire on him, as you can see. So yeah, look
Yeah,
forward to some mega
absolutely.
gameplay and see how the defenders play out. Defenders are such an important role in this game. They're basically like the generals of the team. They have to have so much awareness. They have to control all the space. They have to peel. They have to dive. They have to protect, and have to manage their health too. And actually know when to sacrifice themselves for the next plays. So they have to do it all. So that's pretty much the core of any team in my mind. So let's
Yeah,
see how these teams can really utilize their defenders
yeah,
as their
absolutely.
coach for at least for fun. As pointed out, FYI, I'm also the coach.
That's awesome, bro. Sub coach, you know all the ins and outs. That means when it comes VOD review, you're going to be analyzing them tonight. You're going to be looking at every little player, be like, listen, Maul, I know what you're doing there, bro. Why'd you do it? Thoob, come on, Thoob. Listen, you're so nice to me in the server, but I'm the coach here. Listen to what I have to say. Is that what you do? You go full drill sergeant on them?
Not yet. It's everyone's a little different, so I try to like make sure everyone understands the nuances to like all the situations. And it's based on like everyone's ego type. So these guys are like they're level headed. So like just to like, hey kiddo, let's rap. We can do this instead. Consider this for the future. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. Full sergeant is always ready. Sergeant GX is always ready in the wings.
Yeah, exactly. You got GI Joe, we got GX2. You know, that's gonna be the next action figure hitting your little collection wall there. So, and again, a team's
Yeah, no
still
one's half the
almost
battle.
ready. I mean, listen, everybody's got a little bit of complications there. Sometimes you gotta get some water. Got to make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you got that
Stay
water.
hydrated.
Exactly,
Plenty of
exactly.
water. The true gamer fuel is water.
Exactly. Let's take a look at the chat, though. People are already in the chat. They are watching. And what is going on there? Firelight, yo! Feel free to expend one's choices, I say. Exactly. Did someone say Mr. Mime? We got some hot mime lovers in there. Maul's playing in his own league. Hell yeah, I know! Intimidating as all hell. Absolutely. So, you gotta be careful there. Chat is super hyped for this match, by the way, GX. It's awesome to see.
I'd be happy. I'd be hyped for this match too. I just needed to get started. Wait, looks like they're actually ready to go. We might be able to start it here. Check out the chat.
Awesome.
It,
Let's get into that show there. We're going to hit the start button, get the show on the way, and then we're going to throw ourselves into the chat. Look at that. All right, Thanks Gaming's going to have first pick according to the coin flip. Maul's team opting to go into second slot there. Meanwhile, we do have from a Rhydon coming out and Mewtwo X for first bans for both teams.
understandable with these mega bans. This has been a mega meta, and like I think everyone's pretty much tired of it. But like, it's gonna be one last rodeo for these megas, so might as well get them out of the way right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Mega Gyarados gone, Mew gone. Listen, Mega Gyarados is so oppressive. Meowth gone? No! I was hoping
Yep,
if I
yep, is
brought attention...
legal, and he's a little bugger.
I know! I was hoping if I brought attention to the Sableye, it'd go under the radar. My own team's griefing me. No!
Yeah, Meowth is such an actual powerful pick. All the shields from Feint Attack and Fury Swipes. He's actually pretty brawly and bulky, more than so than you think. So that's a smart ban. Get rid of it. Get it off the table now. We
Exactly.
do have a
But,
first pick with Blastoise here, actually.
yeah.
He's one of my favorite defenders in the game, so that's strong first pick.
Such a strong Pokemon, Blastoise, especially ever since they gave it that early shielding on its surf there instead of it just being exclusive to the plus move. But look at that, we're clapping back. We know we love Vaporeon, we know they love Mega Lucario, so what are we doing? We're taking them away from Thanks Gaming. Even if you don't, that's just still a strong combo. Vaporeon able to give good spacing with the Muddy Water and the heals. Lucario, great early pressure game and great brawler.
Yeah, but on the flip side, we got a Delmice pick. kind of could be there to like mix up their formation. Your formation is only so good until like someone's get out of position with those anchor shots. So let's see how accurate its PK is with those anchor shots.
Yeah, those anchor shots are deadly there. But already Chrissy going to be locking in Hoopa with Maul on the Mega Char. That's crazy to go into. Oh my gosh, Mega Charizard was so oppressive when it first released. Got some nerfs, now it's more balanced. Very strong Mega Pokemon. Even stronger with a portal Hoopa in the pocket. Able to just constantly reset at that HP.
Yeah, definitely he's a strong brawler even to this day, but he's going to have to look out for the potential mean look Umbreon. He's going to have to be very careful. Ideally going to have like Vaporeon taking that kind of hit, but let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely there. But Metagross coming in. This is a new Pokemon that we've been seeing from Thanks Gaming over the last few weeks or so. It's not something that we have been seeing a whole lot of. It's a very strong brawler. Got great sustain with its shielding and Decidueye? Voltage coming in with the Decidueye grab? Listen, I'm here for it. That's amazing.
Yep. It's probably going to go Sniper to kind of counteract the Venusaur. We're going to have to go range for range to even things up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, if there's one thing you got to look at when you're attackers too, is you got to make sure that you're going tit for tat on the range. If you got a Venusaur, that's be like, I can hit you from a mile away, and you're walking in like Sylveon or a Alolan Ninetales or something like that. Like, they're still good Pokemon, but they fit a different role. You want to go try to match the range so you're not at a complete disadvantage. Especially, although, I mean, even if they didn't want to, with the heals on Thoob and Chrissy there, pardon me there, I got hiccups. That is going to be absolutely astounding for both teams to just be able to come in and just, or sorry, for fun, to be able to just heal off any damage that Venusaur is able to throw out.
Absolutely. That Hoopa's going to have to play some really clutch portals. She's going to be put to the test here in this game.
Game crash for me.
A game crash.
Oh, no. Game crash. I have to pause it. Admin, pause, please. Save us.
No worries. Just ping us next time because the chat can hear you, Maul, as they come through. We got a surprise guest appearance from Maul.
Okay.
How you doing, bro?
I'm looking forward to this match, but I hope Timmy allows me to play the game.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll see you guys later.
No worries. Take care. Thank you for the warning. All right. Thank you. Maul coming in, letting us know.
Yeah, Maul. Yeah, captain of the For Fun team. He's the in-game IGL. Let's see how he leads once the game loads back in.
The creator of Articuno League as well. The big boss man came in to say hi. That's always intimidating.
Oh, he's the creator. I did not know that, actually.
Oh, yeah, bro's running the whole show. Yeah, 11 seasons. That's a tournament with history. So, like, that's not easy to run by. A lot of leagues drop off after, like, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, whether somebody's abandoned it or maybe they've done something else or gone a different direction. Other times, it's mostly tournaments that come up, one-and-done tournaments and stuff. So, 11 seasons into this, that's awesome.
That's some dedication. He loves this community, and it definitely shows.
Yeah, absolutely. We're waiting for the crash to come back in there, so both teams were notified of the crash there. And it happened within the first 60 seconds, too, which means we are able to implement that pause. I mean, if you look at the timer, a second hasn't even passed. Oh, Hyde is on the case, being able to shut that down with the pause there. So that's actually good, because sometimes I'm like, oh, crap, I now have to grab a second there.
Yeah, we could definitely see why the mod, well, sorry, not the modders, the devs of this game kind of took off draft from the Unite ranked experience because of this. So it's in the workshop and hopefully it can be fixed soon. But until then, we're going to be starting soon. Everyone's loaded back in. So we're going to be starting right about now.
All right, we got the ready checks from both teams, so we're going to start it now. So there we go. Both teams saying, hey, we're good to go. And it's going to be Glue Sniffer with Fairy into the top lane, Entei PK into the bottom, into Voltage and Thoob. Meanwhile, Maul going to the jungle. No one's surprised on that. Mega Charizard into that central path there. Always a strong Pokemon. You want it on that level 5 as quick as possible.
Yeah, we got both bottom lane right here trying to compete for a farm, trying to get an early lead, establish a level lead. getting the momentum. We're gonna have to get this Umbreon online ASAP, and he's trying to compete for our farm here. Looks like we're trying to get some stacks in, or at least giving out vision for his lane partner over here.
Nice.
Meanwhile, at the top, we got payback from Delmise getting a lot of entry damage, but took a lot of damage himself. Competing here for the 9-10Bs, Blood Lucario just punching away, then securing with quick attack.
Nice KO there on
Everything is proceeding as planned.
Yep, nice KO there on that Vaporeon, sending it back. Meanwhile, Umbreon's getting online to the top there. Hoopa sending the Rowlet up for the 4-man onto the 850 Birds. This is exactly what Thanks Gaming was worried about, that Hoopa getting level 4. Here we go, we're going in. We pick up the KO on it. 2 KOs now for the Metagross. Metagross was the answer in this early game. Hoopa portals go down. Maul able to make the connection. 13 points going in for the Delmise. Huge scores for Thanks Gaming as they're looking to collapse, but PK goes down.
Oh man, there goes the Delmise. A clap back. This team is. Oh, they gotta get out of there. There's the Hoopa portal trying to maintain the health. Metagross is in trouble, but he has a lot of sustaining with his shield. He has his level 5 move, and there goes the jungler from Maul. Going down, and there goes Metagross. That's a trade.
Yeah, Chrissy.
Team's going back.
Chrissy coming in, doing some great damage there, getting the KO onto that Metagross there, taking those buffs as well. Reggie Drago's going to be hitting the field in 3 seconds. Neither team going for it. Too busy in the lanes going for these brawls. But Voltage already spies it and goes, you know what? I'm a Dartrix. I got A-Press. I got Reggie Drago.
All by himself there, too. Looks like the Thanks Game trying to mosey on here. We still have a Bulbasaur. He's gonna have to get level 5 fast to become an Ivysaur. He's kind of falling a little bit behind, but if they can get this secure, he's gonna be right on pace.
Yeah, absolutely there. So the Reggie Drago's going in, the Charles Maul's going in there, trying to grab onto that there. So I'm going to be able to look at that and hang on. I see the Discord stream is a little bit wonky there.
There's a ward over secure on Reggie Drago, actually.
Yeah, that's amazing. Being able to come in and do that. 2 Pokemon down already there. So we're going to try to get the stream back up there, because it is lagging, and I don't know why, but we're going to make sure it's fixed.
Might be doing the processing because you're also streaming, but it should be fixed if you restart it.
Should be. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Maul's already going in there. 92-44, but more fun's already looking to struggle that down, bring it back down into range there as well. And we
got a KO there on the Blastoise, and we're looking. Charles looking to get his level 9 pretty soon. Might be able to get that if he secures his Reggie Rock down here at the bottom with him. We have Reggie Lecky up top, and Voltage might actually go for that based on the map.
Yeah, Reggie Rock going on there, and that's exactly what it is. Maul's going to be backing off there as we look to grab it. Metagross secures the Reggie Rock, looking to take down a whole lot of Pokemon here as Thanks Gaming's pushing on the T1 pad.
Yeah, huge Metagross, a hell in a cell if you might want to put it with Metagross.
Looks like we got.
There's that 30 secure. Yep, couldn't snipe him in time. And there goes Charizard. They're gonna need him for this. This is a big push for Thanks Gaming. Yeah. And the pressure's not done. There goes Voltage, followed soon right after. It looks like the team's actually gonna peel back and secure some farm.
Trading tit for tat into the bottom there. Both teams losing their T1 pads. That's exactly what you want in this scenario. That means both teams are not going to be able to utilize it coming in. But T1 is still up on the side of Thanks Gaming. We're not at the halfway point yet, but if ForFun doesn't make a push on this, this could become a liability for the side of Thanks Gaming there once we hit the double points region.
Yeah, it looks like they might be hanging back, trying to get some more resources, trying to get some level 9s. They might, looks like they're going to let this go. I know Vaporeon was trying to make a play. Valiant effort trying to secure with the ults because they have to go back. He has Aqua Wing for sustain. There goes Lucario Unite coming in. He's Mega Lucario now. He's going to try to bring the pain with a close combat. And we got Voltage ulting in the back, letting suppress the fire. Everyone's going down. We got 4 members down. We have only Delmise and Umbreon left.
Yeah.
They're going to actually let this Regieleki walk in, but they're going to keep the pressure ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, one of the reasons you want to keep the Regieleki off is for that instant scoring there. So when the Regieleki connects, but you know nobody from the side of Thanks Gaming is going to be there, I mean, yeah, let it connect. That way there you can put your resources into farming, map vision, because there's no way anybody's going to be able to go in time to be able to capitalize on that score. But 15 seconds now until our basement Reggie Roulette comes into the field.
Yeah, the Unite's all about hedging your bets and making cool, calculated decisions and making pros and cons, and establishing advantages whatever you can. So, Good choice from For Fun.
Absolutely there. So we're going to be working at some kinks here on my end. Oh my god, I can't believe this is going on. This has never happened before. We've been able to do this before, no problem. There we go. Oh, wait, what is going on? Why is that? What happened? I think I made it worse.
Well, I will say For Fun made a break on top goal. Now we're going to hoop a portal all the way back down to the bottom.
Yeah, hoop a portal into the bottom there. We're going to be looking.
There's the Delmai snare. He's making a big play. There comes the Whirlpool soon. Oh, not quite yet. Hooking up Decidueye. He's all by himself, all alone on island. And we have Thanks Gaming here making huge plays here, taking down one after another. There goes Mega Charizard. There goes Mega Lucario. There goes Decidueye. Oh, but we have Vaporeon here holding down the floor. They don't really get much scores in. They're going to have to back off here.
Yeah, they're going to be able to back off 214 to 196. 5 seconds left now until the Regieleki comes in. And this is where the game becomes pivotal as well. You got 90 seconds till it comes in, until Kyogre hits the field. Do you, as a team, do you push the T2 pad and try to open the win con? Or do you go for experience, try to further your lead, and look for either a pick and a play for a power position in the pit?
Well, it's pretty much whatever the team's comfortable with. The way I see the first 8 minutes of the match is all about preparing for the last 2. So whichever can better prepare them for it. But it looks like Thanks Gaming here is going to make a play for top lane. Everyone for Fun is kind of scattered here, trying to get some spirits, trying to get some back caps. So we're going to see how this works here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Players starting up over at the top lane. We have For Fun actually all over it. Apologies. They have Thanks Gaming all over it, getting it ready for a Venusaur secure, and there it is. They're moving down and trying to get some picks here. Umbreon goes down, but he's going to be able to make it back in time. And we have the stream here, the Casters VC brought a cut back on, and yep, there it is. Regieleki all himself alone on an island. And there he goes.
I am sorry about the Casters VC as well. This is crazy that it's not working. It was before, and it was doing really good, but now all of a sudden it's like, no, we got to go mini screen or lag. And I'm like, what is going on with this?
Well, that's why there's 2 casters. I also have a perspective on the match. I can keep it going here. We have Hooper. Hooper's getting surrounded. He's going to have to go. He just barely made it out, maybe. And, yep, got out in the hyperspace hold to maintain his life. That would have been a huge loss there coming into the Kyogre fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Blastoise a little low. He's going to have to maintain his health here. But, yeah, a place for bot lane's being made. Fight's about to break out soon. We got a lot of good entry damage coming here from Decidueye.
There we go.
And Thoop's by himself. Oh, Thoop goes down. There goes Vaporeon. But shortly thereafter, there goes Umbreon. A 1 for 2.
Yeah, we're already going. The hyperspace holds come down. There goes the beam, but we take down the Blastoise. 3 members down for Thanks Gaming to the 2. Down for For Fun. For Fun was able to take this fight spectacularly without losing too many resources as the Mega Charizard Y gets on top of the Venusaur. Glue Sniffer's all alone. There goes Maul for the reset. Voltage has that power with that Spirit Shackle looking for the Kyogre. Now we got Fairy going on to Voltage trying to stop them for the rip. This is exactly what we want. But Blastoise, only level 12, coming in, has to take the long way. We're going to see it. The pickup of the Kyogre going to For Fun.
All right, score is currently 234 to 219. They're going to need 1 score here to take the lead, but that's bare minimum. Looks like Lucario's got the main ammo. He's going to get a sneaky back at it. Looks like he's going to be able to get that in time. Yes, he will. And more picks going down here. Blastoise is going down. That pad is not safe. It's pretty much broken. There's going to be no healing. We have this Whirlpool doing massive damage. He steals a buff for himself. There's another buff going down. Now it's Decidueye. He's all by himself. He's going to have to back off here, try to maintain his life and start playing some defense. The score is 234 to 355, and there's going to be a massive invasion over here for Thanks Gaming at the bottom pad here against For Fun.
Yeah, we're trying to get the scores in there, but Glue Sniffer does have that pad. They're go for the pad. They need to get these scores
seconds.
in. They need to go
8,
for it. They're trying
7,
to get it.
6,
We're going.
5.
Glue Sniffer
That's
gets
1
the
score.
Hundo
Oh,
Burger.
no!
Is it enough, though? I can't remember the score. Oh, my gosh. Waiting on bated breath for the final tally to come in to tell us, are we hitting this?
No!
Woo! So close. For Fun taking game number 1. Look at them go. This is amazing. This is Pokemon
That was
Unite,
a
folks.
nail biter.
This is what we expect from every game coming out here. This is what we want. Game number 1.
This is a dream.
Game number 1 going to for fun. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at some of these stats. Well, Hyde just did a doozy. He went to go look at the stats there, and he went to the main menu. Because...
Don't worry, I got it covered. We have Delmise as the MVP for Thanksgiving here. 10 KOs, 8 assists, 83 overall rating with a 143 score. But on the winning team, we have Zoro, the Mega Lucario. A little bit less of stats, 6 KOs, 7 assists with an 86 overall rating. That's pretty much to be expected. Both teams are neck and neck into the last minute.
Yeah, absolutely. There, I got it. I'm trying to get. I'm begging my team to give me an invite. I did it dumb.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can get you back in there
Please bring me
myself.
back. Oh, I'm offline. That's why. Gosh dang it. All right, we're gonna. We gotta go settings. Privacy online. Okay, there we go. Now my team can see me. Okay. All right, team helped me.
I'll pass the admin back to you.
All right, we are now back in the lobby, everybody. Hyde did a doozy because that's what Hyde be doing there, but we're also going to take a little time to try to figure out what is going on with Discord here. So,
I think for the screen share settings, it might have to do with your frame rate. That might be an issue. I've had problems with that in the past, so try making it like perhaps 30 frames per second. That might help.
That is probably a good idea because now we're going to be coming back up. They want second pick. Thanksgiving does, so we're going to go swap it around. Boom. Second pick there, so we make sure that they got that. Come into the VC. Stop streaming. Come on, stop streaming. There we go. Now we're going to pick this up. All right. Can we get our full screen, please? Discord, please cooperate. I don't want the quality. Okay. Why is it a black screen? Why? Discord, why are you doing me dirty like this? Can you imagine this? This does not happen. This does not happen in a long, long time. I'll promise. I can't even lower the thing. It's like, nope, Discord. All right, you know what? I'm gonna reset my Discord here. So we are gonna lose. We're gonna lose GX for a quick bit until we reboot Discord. So I apologize, but we will be right back. Just closing that out. So we've lost GX. We're going to get him back here in a moment there because we got to reset our Discord because everything is there. Slip just says, Maul, if you rewatch this, you are his hero. So there you go. Maul, if you do rewatch this VOD, you are Slimp's hero. Yeah, Mega Charizard putting in the work there as we try to open Discord, reconnect to the VC that we were in. Okay. Are we back? I think we're back with you. Perfect. Look at that. Now, let's make sure the audio is still being captured there as well. Yeah, it is. Mine is. It did not catch you at all, that one. So we're going to do this, and why is... All right, give me a yeah, I will absolutely have to do that. So here we go. Can we... There we go. Why is this, like, giving me all of the problems tonight? It's normally so much better. There we go. Perfect. All right. You're surprised TG didn't pit one pick to Decidueye, Firelight? Really? Brother, that's our sub, by the way. He's already flaming us. Okay.
It looks like they want to try something new. This is definitely the environment to like test things out.
Absolutely. So, Let's go double check, make sure the teams are ready to go.
Yeah, both teams are
let's
ready
do
from
it.
what I
Both
see.
teams are ready. Let's just get it underway. Let's full send this thing. All right.
All right.
Discord, please cooperate. Please cooperate, Discord. You have one job. I've done this so many times before. I just don't know why it's being a bugger tonight. Why are you like this, Discord? It's so tiny. Why?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's try to do like a lower resolution and like a lower frame rate. Try that out.
Where is that setting in Discord? I think I just have to...
If yeah, like bottom left by screen share, you click on that. There's the change qual. There's a stream quality option. You choose the frame rate and the resolution.
Oh my gosh, just go 1080p. Just go 30.
Yep, it's always the frame rate that does that. I've experienced it before. I'm like, why is it like this? It's the frame rate for whatever reason.
Dude, this is the one
It's the
PC.
frame rate.
It's like, you want the max 60 frames, 1444. I'm like, no, I don't want this. Oh my gosh. But now that we've got some tech issues carried out, oh my gosh, embarrassing. I apologize so deeply, GX2, because like I said, I do this all the time and it never does this to me. I'm like, gosh dang it. But look at the bands. Miraidon, Gyarados, Mega Gyarados, Meowth, banned out. Mew, Mewtwo, and Blissey gone. So we're keeping a lot of the same bands coming in.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
So yeah,
I believe the Blissey blend is new. I wonder what was before. Don't remember. But we got they got two defenders on Thanksgiving side. They got Vaporeon and Blastoise. That is very scary.
They do. Vaporeon Blastoise, such a good combo there. I mean, when you're going into second pick, you get to pick two powerful Pokemon as well. So when Mega Lucario comes in and you got that Snorlax there as well, you know, like you had to first pick the Lucario, take it away from Thanksgiving, but then you're two picking the Snorlax and the Hoopa there. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we're gonna have TG likes fairly frontline heavy mons in Vaporeon and Snorlax, but they're gonna be like very well supported without Creamy, and I've surmised that Vaporeon's gonna be going Aqua Wing, so that's a lot of healing for the team. I wonder what the last pit's gonna be. I'd imagine it's gonna be another attacker, more firepower for this team.
Ooh, now that Mega Charizard X did do a number on Thanksgiving last time there, so they're hoping the bulk of the Vaporeon and the Blastoise is gonna help them come in. This Decidueye is looking like it's coming in as Razor Leaf Decidueye, so Charizard's going to have a little bit of a harder time getting onto it because that is also going to be Leaf Storm. But again, I mean, we took away the Mega Lucario, we took that Venusaur, and we have strong engage with both Hoopa and Snorlax. For Fun is here to 3-0 Thanksgiving.
To go back to Mega Charizard X for a moment, he does have one key tool. His ult is a board brick, and what I mean by that is it has the bound property. So, for example, if we have Blastoise, he's going to go for ult. He's unstoppable. Bounds circumvent the unstoppable, so it's going to fizzle out that Blastoise ult to protect his team. And if that happens, Charizard X is free to go for that backline the entire time with his full heal as well. So that's a key counterplay that Voltage has here going for Fun here.
Yeah, absolutely there. But Desi, first pick, go. That Slip really wanted Decidueye to be the first pick, not the 3-4 pick. So, listen, we're not that Decidueye hungry. So, I mean, that's just the way it's got to go. That's the way it is. But game number 1, thanks gaming your purple team still. And we're going to have, for Fun, your orange team still, but the Mega Charizard going into lane this time with the Venusaur going into that central path.
Looks like Full Charizard's not stacking here, so it looks like you're just here for general pressure. They kind of value Venusaur more so being the jungler. Looks like he's going to stack for levels here. Sorry, score for levels. Apologies. Gotta compete for this farm with Vaporeon here. Char has the better secure, but Vaporeon gets the tackle in with 14 points holding. Charizard's gonna have to back off here. He's being X-speed, he's being chased down. Hey, he misses the Swift, but all Charizard's in mad danger and no follow-up, and the Pikachu gets the secure here. First blood.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a mad dash into the bottom there, but in the top there, we have Zoro already doing incredible work, but getting picked on by Thanks Gaming. The bullying does be real in the top lane here, even though the levels seem to be way more in favor of For Fun. 3 seconds away until the 850 birds. JK up there with Entei there. So no 4-man to the top as we're going in. Hoopa wasn't able to hit that level 4 and bring up their partner there, but they're going to be pushing into the bottom, hopefully getting something on Vaporeon. Hoopa's able to go down here. Oh no! As it's taken down and Thanks Gaming's pushing the pad hard.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get a sludge bomb to kind of stop the bleeding here. We might be able to get Squirtle as a compensation. Squirtle scores for the iframe. That's a very good play there, but here comes Lucario back from the dead, trying to alleviate the situation, stop the bleeding here. And it looks like things are returning back to neutral.
Yeah, PK doing good job holding off both of Food and Voltage there in the bot side, doing massive damage to Voltage. If they keep pressing, they are going to go down, and that's going to put their team at a disadvantage. So they're doing the smart thing, backing off, healing, because there's an objective here. Reggie Drago in 3 seconds, GX.
Looks like there's no one there preemptively, but I imagine Deciduous is going to want to go there first. I actually stand corrected. Hoopa's going to be the first one there to get some vision here for the front team. Doesn't look like anyone's played there yet. And yep, there comes Decidueye, Alcremie, and Raichu. Followed by Venusaur.
Venusaur is online, so Thanks Gaming has to watch this. They're going in for the pivot there. They're stopping the hit. They're waiting for the beam to come out. But it's going to be the secure by the War Turtle. Out securing
That's
the
the second time, actually. Second time this in a row. He did it the same time the first game. Good stuff.
Another kick on that onto the Charmeleon there, being able to take it down, but Venusaur's there to defend the pad. Huge hit on Entei, taking it down. The legendary Rat is going to be gone, and the Alolan Raichu is there. But we got Glue Sniffer pushing down Maul, pushing out Chrissy, trying to put more scores and pressure on the side of For Fun. Not going to work, but great use of Surf to dodge that engage move from heavy slam from Snorlax.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a very smart interaction. Snorlax got obviously trying to go for the heavy slam and slot block, but Blastoise is unstoppable with that Surf, so he's not having any of that. He's gonna have to be careful on that block. Surf doesn't go through walls, and block is a wall, so got to be careful with that interaction.
Yeah, Boob's got to get to that level 7 first to get that going there, because right now all they got is rest, which small little wall there if you hit it in the right way, but overall not much of one. But For Fun is going to be collapsing on the Regieleki. They're going straight for it as we see Thanksgiving go for the secure objective into the top. Reg Ice is now going to be playing for them, so that's extra healing for 90 seconds there. But For Fun is here in mass as Thanksgiving's invading their jungle. This Regieleki still putting pressure on, but they're backing off. Noticing that in the back there, they have Decidueye and Alcremie, and they're going to be looking to collapse for this pick.
Yeah, definitely. For Fun needs some levels for like their key members in Snorlax and Hoopa. We need Snorlax level 7 to get its full tool set to be very, very productive here. And there's a collapse on the Blastoise here. He's kind of all by himself. There's the heavy slam, and there's the sludge bomb, and he goes down.
Great.
A little isolated there. I think he's trying to bring vision for his team, but they're not done yet. There's the block, and there's Vaporeon trying to get out of there. We almost have Charizard at level 9. He's trying to get some form here to get that tool set. And we have the Hoopa Pole. They're going to have to regroup here. Oh, we got some KOs there on the Snorlax. But, and wait, hold on. Charizard might be next. There is the Venusaur ult, creating some space, diffusing some pressure. And, oh, there's another Venusaur.
Mega Charizard's now online.
Charizard's almost level 9.
We got that Unite move in the pocket there. We're ready to go. We're ready to get this done and gone there. But, Knock Knock comes out. Oh my god. Decidueye is sitting there as a stationary target. Perfect for it, but Voltage goes down. The Hydro Typhoon comes into the Fluffy Cream Supreme. All of a sudden, it's aced. Ace there on For Fun, taking down all 5 members. Jump pads just come up though, so that's going to be good. They're going to be able to react to this very, very quickly. Going into the central path as Thanksgiving's looking to invade and steal this real estate.
Yeah, they got a lot of good points in. The score is now 237 to 32. That is a big lead for Thanks Gaming here, as they're tearing through the jungle and taking all the form for everything that they're worth.
Yeah, listen, that's exactly what you want. You want to get as much value out of everything as possible. Entei going deep for that KO, going straight into Voltage Maul range. And it's going to be PK. That's going to be the unfortunate victim of the dynamic duo.
All right, we got the bottom objective here. It should be a Reggie should be up. Reggie Lecky's back at the bottom. I've surmised that Thanksgiving's going to try to get some farm here. They have farm up, and they want to keep on it with the cycle going. We have, for fun, trying to play for Reggie Drago, looks like. In the meantime, Thanksgiving's going to get the extra farm at the bottom. Remember, if you manage to secure the bees and then you break the goalpost, the bees are going to spawn in that neutral position once again, as opposed to closer to the now near broken goal. So something to keep in mind.
That's actually really smart on the side of For Fun. Recognizing they can't really take these pad pushes, recognizing that there's no immediate advantage to the Regieleki, they decide to take the top pad there knowing Thanksgiving plays the 5-stack. This is exactly what they want, but Thanksgiving's going with the Fluffy Queen Supreme, brings out that Mega Charizard X with the Seismic Slam. The Rings Unbound are coming through as the Power Net comes in. We're now looking for the KOs, and there it is. Maul goes down, but so is JK. Huge experience swing for the side of For Fun. As we're now dipping in, but there goes Chrissy. Chrissy is now gone, and Zoro's on the back foot. They're trying to get everything they can to get those HPs off with that experience there, with that close combat, but Thoob is there, ready for the engage, ready for the create the spacing, and there it is, just like you called it, GX2, the block into the surf.
Yep, I would say Thanksgiving came out of that exchange with a positive. They came in, they secured Reggie Lake, that's experience right there. They got some KOs on against For Fun, and they came out with the bees. So Thanksgiving definitely win that exchange. Score is 246 to 117. We have For Fun narrowing the gap score-wise as we're coming into the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you needed points on the board. You got 117 now. Now you got to look for picks. You got to look for a position into this pad here, because you also got to look at this, because we have another objective spawning in. The final Reggie Roulette before the Kyogre. Going to be Reggie Rock. Huge defense, special defense buffs, but we're not going to be fighting it on the side of For Fun. We're going to be looking for that.
Oh, they're waiting for the clapback. I see it. They're waiting for that clapback, and they need it. We have Snorlax a little under level. He's going to have to get some levels here to get some to be able fully prepared. And this is basically the team fight right here. Whoever wins this pretty much wins the game right here. Oh, For Fun's gonna have to back up the Hoopa portal.
For Fun, Charizard, Mega Lucario, and Hoopa all gone. Maul's doing everything they can onto the Venusaur. Huge beat coming up, but they're taken down. Decidueye starting to rip there as Snorlax is doing everything they can to shove him out. Stall for time. The Hydro type boost.
The secure!
Snorlax secures it. The only one with a buff, which is now transferred to Entei. Only one buff on the field. 246 to 117. For Fun on the defense.
They're gonna have to play defense without the defender. That's a tall order, but let's see what they got. There's a Surf Blastoise coming in. Mega Lucario taking way too much damage. He's gonna have to back up, but he has a buff, so he's gonna be able to do that. There's another Surf Blastoise. There's the heavy slam by Snorlax. We have Raichu trying to making the difference here with stealth damage, but it gets taken down by Venusaur. We're gonna get another no scores. They're gonna have to back up. This Rage Lift, the situation is going crazy right now. We're gonna have to Hoopa Phantom Force, creating some space and pumping people off. We have a Venusaur taking a lot of damage on the situation. He's gonna have to back off here, and it pretty much resets the neutral here. The score lead is still down. But For Fun's going to have to make one last push in to make a score. They are behind. They're going to need like 2 scores here to wrap up this game too.
Yeah, we do have a buff on the side of Maul. 1 score will not do it, though. They're going to be looking to maybe not give up this front pad, though, as the Razor Leaf Decidueye is looking to take down Thoob. The block is doing the work. We are able to take them down.
The back cap. We got the back cap.
There we go. PK's going for the back cap. Taking it down, and there we go. 50 points coming in for Chrissy. No! Entei's able to stop it. The Hydro Typhoon comes in. Guys, this is a set. This is Pokemon Unite.
20 seconds here, and like that's pretty much all she wrote. That back cap was very clutch. It was risky because he left his team on a 4v5, but his team pulled through on the defense here at the out of goal here. Hoopa's trying to score here, but at this point, it's a pretty mute point. Thanksgiving's taking game 2. Very close here.
Oh my gosh, this is now 1-1. Thanksgiving is not going to be taking this group stages undefeated, as we have For Fun clapping back, taking game number 1, almost taking game number 2 as well. Both teams now tied 1-1, and this is a best of 5 set, GX2. Best of 5.
We're going to be here for a while.
We are now guaranteed 2 more games. So, if High doesn't perform another oopsie, let's take a look at the stats let's take a look at this. We have Decidueye coming in 78K. You know what, JK? I'm going to step up and say right here, some people might be like, whoa, that's impressive. I know, JK. On the Razor Leaf Decidueye, 78K is like the equivalent of your ladder Cinderace only getting 20K damage. Come on, JK. We know you can do better. Although PK 78K healing, that's insane.
To be fair to JK, I've seen him do over 200k damage in a set before last week, which was insane. He's very capable much more, but he pulled through with the damage. He did just enough. In comparison, we have for fun here, their damage outside of Maul is very lacking, especially for the Megas here. They need to put more damage on the board.
Yeah, Maul was a hero for them this set. They're coming in with those clutch hyper beams, taking them downtown. Like, look at that. How many KOs did they get? They got 8 KOs. 8 Pokemon on the side of Thanksgiving suffered their demise because of Maul and those well-placed beams. Although look at Entei. Entei coming in with 13 KOs. Holy heck. And the most damage for the side of Thanksgiving at 88K. Both teams did incredibly good jobs. This is astounding. This is Unite. This is week 3 of Articuno League. It does not get much better than this.
Yeah, we got a set here. We're taking it to the limit. I'm calling it right now. This is gonna be going back and forth. I love games like this. Both teams are gonna be learning a lot about each other. And this is what it's all about. This is what this league is all about. Competitive games like this.
Absolutely. Like this is it too. Like you have like a lot of different like UCS has its regional leagues, and my gosh, this past weekend, a lot of great stuff coming in. But then you've got these leagues too, like Articuno League. I believe after Articuno League, it's not going to be season 12. I believe it's another league that Maul and Thu will be working in tandem with there. I can't remember the name off the top of my head though, so I'll have to double check that. And maybe when it comes to Friday, which is the finals, the playoffs, we'll be able to have that information on hand and be professional casters there. So they are going to be taking second pick there. So we're going to be passing first pick. These teams, something I have noticed there is that they have decided that they don't want first pick. And this is something that I have predicted in past casts, past games as well, GX2, is most teams, there's so many powerful Pokemon on the table that nobody wants to just first pick one. They want 2 picks off of that second pick position. They want to be able to say, you know what? Well, one, you can go ahead. You can have Blastoise or Vaporeon or Mega Mewtwo X. You can have whatever one Pokemon you want, but the roster's so diverse. There's so many powerful Pokemon. We'll go ahead. We'll take 2 off your hands.
Yeah, that's what draft is all about. It's not so much about banning like the powerful mons outright. It's all about taking them for yourselves and using your deep mon pool to like use their tools to like counterpick certain matchups or certain interactions. So, yeah, second pick is actually a very valuable pick, especially in this meta.
Yeah, absolutely there. But I mean, and a lot of players are of the mind you win your games in the draft, and that is true in a lot of cases. You win your games in the draft, but also how you play. Sometimes when you match up, you can have the most god tier draft ever, but if you don't have the skills to pull it off, if you're able to outmaneuver your opponents on the field, then that completely shifts the game. So it becomes more than just draft, but how much you're able to macro, how good you are on your Pokemon, which is known as micro gameplay. Overall, yeah, absolutely astounding work.
Yeah, as I say, Unite isn't a math test, so you're absolutely right.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be, yeah, we're just waiting on ready checks now from this one of the teams there. We have one ready check in, waiting for the other. I mean, listen, when you lose a game, you got to take the time that you need to talk, discuss, and go over things. You got to be like, okay, how do we pivot? How do we move? How do we learn? And how do we get the upper hand on them? Because they planned for the Razor Leaf Decidueye. They knew how they took it down, but they just weren't overall able to do that. And like sometimes you may think, do I need a speedster? Okay, maybe a speedster is the way to do it. Or maybe you need more burst. Maybe you need something like if the Venusaur didn't work, would Delphox work? Would this be a Pokemon that could work because it's able to threaten the front lines that Decidueye relies so much on? It is so fantastic to see how teams are able to pivot against one another, and it gives us such dynamic gameplay like we are seeing tonight. Both teams in 1-1 positions right now.
Yeah, definitely. For Thanksgiving's composition, it's all about like having a bunch of frontline mons with Decidueye or any some kind of backlighter laying down heavy cover fire, and like that's definitely one way to play it. But you do give up some options there. It's not exactly balanced. You have kind of like less options. For example, you don't have a speed to kind of like dive down people and like clean up picks or like manage the flank. But on the flip side, we have teams like For Fun Gaming, which is more a balanced composition, but they don't exactly excel in any one area. So these different dynamics, these different choices, these different things that like, each teams are kind of playing for, what they value, and like they come together, and you get these wonderful interactions in games like these.
Yeah, but we have the final ready check coming in from both teams now. So Thanks Gaming is now going to be in that first pick position, which means they're in that first ban. They're keeping that Miraidon gone. Now, Miraidon, very strong Pokemon. Got great damage from a range there with Charge Beam. That Unite Me move is able to just absolutely shred and end final objective fights. This is a Pokemon you don't want to see in the hands of your opponent, and if you're not going to choose to play it, you might as well ban it.
Yeah, it looks like they're still gonna, maintain the same bans here. They kind of like understand each other's mon pool at this point and like what they want. Looks like they're gonna try to target ban a Wigglytuff. I do know that Thanksgiving has a Wigglytuff in their pocket among their mon pool, so they're just getting that off the board.
Yeah, that would be the player Fairy. Fairy has been playing Mage Wigglytuff a lot lately, or a lot in the past, and absolutely demonic on it. The Sing combo that they're able to pair off with a Darkrai is just absolutely devastating. Sometimes you'd even see Glue Sniffer and Fairy going on the Mr. Mime and Wigglytuff combos, a lot of frontline CC, and these are some really tanky Pokemon as well, and if you aren't careful, all-rounders. But Thanksgiving is going to get the dream of their life with that first pick on Blissey.
All on the flip side, we have, for fun here, taking a page from Thanksgiving's book from last game to start off with Double Defender here. They want the space control, it looks like.
Yeah, that Blastoise there is able to go in with Surf. Huge engage move as well, because it's basically unstoppable, and it doesn't interact, like you can't even block it with what do you call it there, with gravity on Clefable, so it's a great setup move to go into Hydro Typhoon. Thoob is coming in as well, going straight for the Umbreon there, but we see the Talonflame pick with Chrissy on Comfey. We could be seeing some Suicune Comfey, we could be seeing some Burst on JK.
Oh man, Speedsters with a Comfey, they want that Decidueye gone, dunzo, cooked, finito, and they're gonna get it. So it's gonna come down to how Thanksgiving's gonna try to protect the Decidueye, or how they play off that interaction. They're gonna have two more picks with Mega Lucario, and they're gonna have Trevenant. Trevenant is another wonderful defender, can control a lot of space. He's gonna be able to brawl with their other front line with Umbreon and Blastoise. And coming on for the last pick for fun here, it looks like they're gonna settle in on an all-arounder of some sorts. They might settle in on Blaziken. He's gonna be unstoppable with his Blaziken, which is gonna be changed pretty soon. The next coming patch is gonna turn into a not an unstoppable. It was the what's that called again? It's not unstoppable, but it's like
hindrance resistant.
Here we go, hindrance resistance. Thank you. You can slow it down, it's stuck in place, but certain moves can actually interact with it again. Like for example, like a Bloodswole, like Superpower Leech Life. Yeah. But coming in, we have final preparations, 30 more seconds. These are the compositions. Both teams are actually pretty relatively balanced here. One in each role, I believe, for each team.
Yeah, we got.
Well, actually, two defenders on for fun, but yeah, it's still relatively balanced.
We got Glue Sniffer there on that Trevenant, very powerful pick for them. Thoob is able to absolutely shut down any shields, so any shields that Fairy looks to provide to JK, because we know that's going to be the pocket there, that's going to be absolutely absorbed by the Umbreon there. We're going to eat those up, because why the heck not? Let's get bulky. Maul on that Blaziken. Blaziken is a threat for at least the next 5 hours until the new patch comes in. Blaziken is going to be as strong as it's ever been in the game, and Maul's being like, you know what? This brother needs a final hoorah.
Most definitely. Though I will say this, Thanksgiving does pass the damage check via that Decidueye. That's gonna be a problem here for fun here. But that's what the Talonflame's for, so that's the main interaction for this set. Can for fun take down this Decidueye, or is Decidueye gonna like overrun this team with all this burst damage with a Razor Leaf? Or for snipe shots? We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, we had a game crash there, so we are going to pause the game for the side of Thanks Gaming. So unfortunately, that did happen. So we are going to.
Yep, it is what it is. We might have to do a lobby reset after this game to try to minimize these crashing. Something like this, like the one thing we could try, but it is what it is at this point. But we should take the moment, take a deep breath, and drink some water. You gotta stay hydrated.
Exactly. Grab a snack, take some hydration. I mean, these games are not going anywhere. They are going to be starting off really good. And depending on who on Thanksgiving it was that crashed, they could be in 30 seconds because they got to switch 2, or we could be waiting a whole minute and a half because they got to switch 1. No mobile players for the side of Thanksgiving, though.
Oh, yeah. I used to have a... No, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead there. You used to have what?
No, yeah, I used to have a Switch 1 myself, and like those loading times to like get back in was just like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I had my Switch like would overheat, so I would use 2 fans to try to keep it cool. I was like a steamer, but moved over to a Switch 2. I load back in like 30 seconds. It's wonderful. Not quite as fast as a mobile player, but it'd be hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. This game performs wildly different depending on the device that you're on. Thankfully, when it comes to Switch 2, performance issues are usually limited to draft screens or to the menus there. In-game, you're usually good. You're fine. But anytime it comes up with interacting with any sort of menu, yeah, it's going to be laggy. It's going to suck. So hopefully Pokemon Unite is able to get on top of those issues there, because I'll tell you right now, the crashes during UCS, we were waiting like 40 minutes almost for just one LATAM game to start. That's insane. But speaking of starting, the teams are ready to go. Thanks Gaming, your purple team, for fun. Once again, your orange team.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have Talonflame as the jungler for fun, which makes total sense. We need an online ASAP to deal with that Decidueye here, and Decidueye is going to be the jungler there for Thanks Gaming. We have Comfy and Squirtle here moving up to the top lane. Top lane's a little weaker than the opposing move with the Chansey and the Trevin in here. They're going to be able to get the secure, moving on to the next Baltoy on for front side, competing for that farm, trying to get as much levels as possible. We have for fun taking a lot of entry damage, but we have Comfy trying to minimize that damage. And moving on to the 9th way, the Xatu spawn up. That's the other next contested farm here. But over at the bottom, we have Lucario trying to maybe get some poison before he gets any stacks. He gets 0 points, but he's going to be able to push his farm away. Won't be able to secure it. We have the jungle for fun here. We have Talonflames at the bottom. He's going to be competing for the farm over here. But over at the top, we do have Decidueye. Both junglers are kind of split, so you can kind of surmise how the next 850 exchange is going to go about.
Yeah, we do have that Dartrix going into the top there, and we do have that Fletchinder down in the bottom here. This is where it's going to be crucial. Jungler lane's going in. There goes the Mega Lucario taken down. That's Entei sent back, and PK gone as well. Huge scores now coming down for the bottom side here, as Maul now has free stacks for days for Blaziken, but not taking it. It's going to be Voltage on the Talonflame that's going to be taking it. They're like, listen, anybody that needs it is going to be that Talonflame there, because their job is to get to Decidueye.
Yeah, Talonflame has the highest attack stake in the game for a reason. And you're going to extend that even higher? Count me in.
Yeah, absolutely. 16 attack points for every score they get in with using that attack weight. So that is going to be absolutely massive. The point total don't matter. Doesn't matter if you're scoring 1 point. Doesn't matter if you're scoring 50 or 100. It's going to give you 1 stack all the same. So get them early, get them gone, get them done. But we do have Talonflame and Decidueye and Blaziken online for this Regidrago. 4 funds looking really strong right now.
Yeah, they're definitely the most prepared. But right now we have Thanks Game trying to secure this objective Regidrago. But there is a Blaziken. We got the Lucario secure. That's another good form to secure with Power Punch. And we have Talonflame here. He's taking a lot of damage. And there he goes down. We have Blaziken with a Blaze Kick charging up here. They're getting overrun with all the members of Thanks Gaming. It's pretty much a 5v2 here. He won't be able to live long. He's going to have to back up here, take some berries, have Comfy heal. And we're getting some stacks. And they choose to break the pad a little early here.
Yeah,
they have 720 speed spawn, and they're going to be all over that. It's just them. We're going to have Furfun trying to lay claim to top lane here, try to get some advantage back.
Yep, they score the points, they take the pad. It's almost as easy as 1, 2, 3. As we're coming in now here, as Blaziken's now looking to get its level 8. Not a, oh, we do stop it! Glue Sniffer just in time! I also want to make mention there, GX, that this is a nasty, nasty combo because that Sweet Kiss Comfey, and that's, yeah, that Comfey is a Sweet Kiss, and that is going to be absolutely detrimental for Thanks Gaming there. Balissi is going to be even more important, hitting certain crucial Pokemon, making sure that we have that immunity to that Sweet Kiss.
Yeah, Sweet Kiss is a very nasty combo. It just takes control away from the player, which is always powerful in any video game. But we got the Mega Lucario secure here. His wrath is just beginning, getting a bunch of close combats in. We have Talonflame diving, bobbling that team, and clearing them up. But he goes down here. Going down to Decidueye. There is the next Brave Bird, dive bombing Thanks Gaming here, trying to get some more value, and there goes Talonflame by Decidueye being safeguarded. That's the interaction that they're looking for. That's how they're going to protect this Decidueye going further into the game.
Tried to take down Blaziken, Blaziken tried to take it down, Talonflame tried to take it down, burned Unite moves both times, and they just weren't able to take down Decidueye. Even though these are the Pokemon that are supposed to do it, they just weren't able to connect. But look at the top here. We're going to be moving in. We got Talonflame looking to defend against the Regieleki. Very low HP as Mike and Entei and PK are going to be looking to gather this up.
Yeah, right now the score is 159 to 76. It's a lot closer as opposed to last game. There's only one pad that's broken, and it's still pretty competitive here at the top lane. We have Curse, Horn Leech, Trevenant controlling a lot of space here. That's such a powerful tool set. We have Talonflame Brave Birding in, but he's not going to be able to get much value in. That team is just too bulky. It looks like Refrend hasn't passed the damage check. They just don't have enough damage on board for Talonflame to clean up. So it's going to be a struggle here coming into the 5-minute mark.
Chrissy is an absolute demon on those grass nuts, nailing those targets there. He managed to hit that PK there. He managed to lock in the Trevenant as well.
Oh, a huge Brave Bird.
Oh, yeah, we get the Blaziken take it down. We're going into Hydro Typhoon is able to take them down, but PK shoved around. Now they're getting taken on, pushed up against the wall, and they're taken down as well. For Fun's looking to take this pad. Why? Why else? Just for fun.
Absolutely. We got Talonflame pushing people back off the pad, but they get safeguarded out of here. And it looks like Talonflame's going to have to back up here, but that was still a good push there. They got some experience, they got some value back, they got some levels.
Yeah, absolutely. Registeel's going into the pocket of Thanks Gaming. This is a very important objective for them. Very powerful as well. Going to increase the damage on the Decidueye there, which is already going to be boosted by the helping hand. By that, and there we go. The Phantom Force comes out. The 2 KO streak, the triple knockout for JKDX, able to take down 3 members of For Fun. Looking for the fourth there, as we do have this Blastoise trying to get out. We need to figure out a way to escape, and they did it. Rapid Spin was the way.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm just curious. He picked Rapid Spin Blastoise, not typically Surf for the shields. That's the common moveset here. A lot of value, very powerful asset, but I surmise he knows what he's doing. Trying to separate this team, and that's going to be the key. They're going to have to split that up. Decidueye just being very protective. If they get rid of if they separate the damage from the team, then like that team pretty much falls apart. There goes the Talonflame dive bombing in all by himself. He's might be able to get a KO here, and he does. He was separated from his team, just like I brought up, and it looks like they're going to be able to defuse the situation here. Oh wait, regular car is still going. Regieleki walks in. They're going to be able to get free scores and a break. The lead extends 326 to 76. Moving on to the 3-minute mark.
Common trope teams are thinking against Thanks Gaming. Take down JKDX, the team is crippled. But this is a weakness that Thanks Gaming is slowly starting to overcome. They're coming into this game, they're like, hey, JK got taken down, but we have an Entei. We got the legendary Sacred Beast themselves. And they're not able to get the Glue Sniffer either. Trevenant able to escape and get the last hit on the Drago. Oh my gosh, and going for the 45, by the way.
Oh yeah, I definitely like that dynamic for Thanksgiving. They have that second in command. They have that second form of offense in Mega Lucario, and what a secondary form of offense it is. It's just able to keep shredding and punching and fighting. It is a brawler to the T. Coming in here to the 2-minute mark, teams are just backing off, getting some farm, getting some last-minute objectives, getting some positioning, getting some vision here, and we have Trevenant here getting some good, crazy. He has some positioning here. It's going to be very dangerous, very hard to handle. I do believe Talonflame sees that, and he's alerting his team. Looks like they're going to be playing from the top here. Trying to get some vision on that Decidueye. He does need to go down, but he's not the only one that needs to worry about. We have Mega Lucario there, waiting in the wings, ready to wreak havoc. Coming into the 2-minute mark, Kyogre has spawned.
Yeah, this is what you want as well. You want to do great bush checking as well, because this is the benefit of Kyogre. You never know where the enemy team's going to be. There's Umbreon scouting out, and they found PK and Entei there. They're able to get the wish off, and they're able to zone it out. But Thanks Gaming's doing a great job. The knock comes in, and we're looking to take down Zoro. Huge pivot and pick there from Gloosniff. We're able to lock it down.
The Decidueye ult. And we have Talonflame coming through in the back. He's lurking. He has to make a move fast. He's probably going to wait for that safeguard to go down, but when that happens, that's his time to attack. And there it is. His time to attack has approached. Going down by Blaziken. Now we have to rely on Mega Lucario here. It's all up to him. This is the last line of defense here, and all these moves are going down. Mega Lucario is going crazy here. A team wipe ace. Yep, there it is. Just like we said, you take down Decidueye if you can, but you have to worry about Mega Lucario. They have to have a check for him, and they just don't have it. Kyogre being secured.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a great engaged fight from there, but it's not over. This is only enhanced score speed, not unstoppable, unlike that nasty Rayquaza. So, For Fun still has a shot to get into this, but they do need to find a way to get a KO quickly. We already find a Thub is already down there for the side of For Fun. PK's already going for there, and they lose the pad advantage. Now they're going in for the dive there to try to take down Lucario there, but we are not able to. The close combat sustain was just too strong. 3 members down for the side of For Fun as Maul's looking to base. And there we go. The last member, the last bastion. Maul in a dream trying to hold against Thanks Gaming. 15 seconds to go. Thanks Gaming will take game number 2.
Oh yeah. We have this situation trying to get some numbers in, trying to get some more scores, trying to extend that lead. Wonderful pick with the Blissey here. That safeguard came in so clutch so many times. The Decidueye was pretty much dead to rights, but it got saved by the safeguard, hence the name. Talonflame doing its best, got some picks here and there, but like it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough damage on board to deal with the actual problem in not only the Decidueye, but Lucario.
Yeah.
They weren't able to like really take down anybody, so that's gonna have to be a major adjustment coming into game number 4 here.
A much more brawly game coming out, and the damage numbers do reflect that. Entei coming in with 62, JK coming in with 127. Not quite 200k, JK. We're still not impressed there, but you know what? You did better than the last game, so we'll give you some.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah, listen, it's all about improvement. This is like your Cinderace hitting 50k in your latter games. It's like okay, that's not bad, but you could have done better. You could have pressed more. You could have held the button down instead. But you know what? What is impressive? Voltage, 91k on the Talonflame. The burst damage from that Brave Bird is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, W coming into this next game, looking forward to see the adjustments from both teams. They had a little bit of dangerous interactions here. The Talonflame was almost able to secure those kills, but that's kind of the weakness that they're gonna have to put up with coming into game 4. I'm very interested to see how these bans change up. I want to see honestly more support bans coming for fun here. They have to just keep that Blissey off the board. It was very instrumental to that team's success. So let's see these adjustments after both teams are ready, of course.
Yeah, Blissey was absolutely coming in clutch for the side of Thanks Gaming there. This is why you want to keep it banned. This is why you want it to stay banned, because if you let it through, they're definitely going to first pick it. And you know a Decidueye could be on the horizon, but Decidueye's not the only Pokemon you have to worry about on this comp there. It is currently the strategy that is winning and beating you right now, so you do have to do something about it, but you also have to remember that we have JK locking in with Greninja, Garchomp, a lot of these other powerful ADC type Pokemon there. Even Metagross we saw them on, and quite funny enough there, we do see them with the Pawmot. A lot of great brawlers there. So what's the one way you're able to shut down all these Pokemon? Slowbro! Nobody's showing Slowbro any love these days, GX.
I absolutely agree. Slowbro is just a great way to put a mon in timeout. And sometimes you just need to do that. You got to give your team like a reprieve. You got to give your team a break, a chance to like take out real problems here. And Slowbro would be a wonderful pick and a wonderful mod to add to the lineup for fun here.
Yeah, absolutely. There, Slowbro's able to, especially the slow beam, able to lock down JK. Now, you do still need to ban the Blissey out, because one of the ways that you can counter the slow beam and the dive that's going to eventually go onto its target is Blissey Unite, because the Bliss Assist with a buddy barrier or something, that's going to absolutely keep them alive. A counter to that, Umbreon, able to eat up a lot of those shields, being able to cut them down by half, add it to its own bulk as well. That's definitely going to be something that you need to think about. And coming into this next game, yeah, the Speedster on Talonflame didn't quite clutch it out, but was that the problem? Do you need to think about something, or maybe do you need to just not counter it and go play your own game?
Yeah, playing your own game is definitely very important. Though, in their repertoire, they do have a lot of board breakers in like regular Charizard, Charizard X, Charizard Y. They have the bound moves for their ultimates to kind of take out a target temporarily at least and like isolate them. They're going to have to try to utilize that because, let's be honest, Thanksgiving has one of the most powerful boards in this like season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to say, listen, so like one of the ways that Thanksgiving plays is 5-minute. Another way that you could try to look at this is wherever they are on the board, they're not on the other side of the map. So you could grab a Pokemon like Talonflame or Dodrio or Leafeon or something like that, or Greedent even, and be like, we'll just play on the other side of the map. We'll go for those off-lane scores. We'll keep the score, we'll keep at least the score on the scoreboard around the same, or maybe we'll take the lead. You got to offset that pressure, find value wherever you can go, and try to keep pressure on Thanksgiving and stop letting them get a lot of these wild Pokemon, a lot of that experience for free, because that's what's allowing them to just shoot ahead. Is just the amount of experience that they're able to feed into JK, whether it's on a Metagross or whether it's a Decidueye. They have been 14 by that Kyogre.
Absolutely. There is absolutely more than one way to fight in this game. Remember, this is a game where you score points to win. So another toolset that like for Game for Fun can like have to counteract this is just let them come in and you start like hitting objectives. You have Talonflame. Talonflame's a wonderful secure. Let them try to like secure the objective so you can like take that from them. You can't quite always run into them trying to brawl them when they have like a more complete comp that like just wants to do that. They want to brawl in their face. They're picking mons to help them out do that. Meanwhile, for fun, the picks are kind of fast and loose. There's not too much cohesion, so they're gonna have to find like their niche and like pretty much stick to it. But there's so many niches in this game, they're gonna have to find one and stick to it if they want to be competitive for the rest of the set.
Absolutely there. But you know what? While we're waiting for the final ready check there from the side of For Fun, let us read a little bit of the chat there. We have a lot of people there that are asking some questions, so let's take a look and let's see there. So we have, let's see, it's been a while since I've seen a defender deleted like that. Absolutely. Defenders can be squishy too, so they can absolutely go down.
Especially when they don't have a level lead. Oh,
Exactly.
they're just squishy like the rest. The scaling is insane from level 13 and higher.
Let's see, what is it? Oh, is this a draft league, like captains and stuff? Absolutely. So this isn't like a captain gets to pick the team or anything like that. These are teams of five players who are already familiar with the game, coming into it and pitting themselves against each other. We got 16 teams of 5 people each, sometimes more if you got a sub, so you can have up to 2 subs within the league. So yeah, and how does one join the league? If you got a 5-stack in Pokemon Unite, I'll drop a link by the end of the stream there so you can join the server. And we can get stuff done. I just got to make sure I keep an eye on the Thanksgiving and the scheduling channel, because that's where we are. And so we are trying to get there. So we are making sure that we can do this. So we got potentially one more game. Our first team to enter the match point range is Thanksgiving, sitting at 2 points. Meanwhile, For Fun sitting at 1. For Fun's got to run this back with 2 games straight to take the set.
Yes, the first 2 games are very competitive. Thanksgiving is starting to run away with this. It looks like they're hitting their stride, and it's pretty telling and showing right here. So I'm interested to see what's the adjustments that For Fun is going to make coming into the game. This should be game, but the score is already 2-1, right? Shouldn't it be? They just won the second game, correct?
Yeah.
So this should be game 4.
this will be game 4. It's crazy to think about that this is going to be game 4. I mean, we haven't gotten to this stage a whole lot, but we have seen it happen before within the
Yeah, been a lot of 3-0 sweeps, so yeah.
But what I'm also excited to see is that we are in this. But look at that. The ready check comes in for fun. They're ready to go. So here we go. Game number 4. Thanks Gaming going to be back in the first pick slot for fun. Taking second pick.
All right, let's see these bans here. I see Greninja being hovered, but I don't think that's going to be the ban. Miraidon. Interesting. I think they're getting Miraidon off the table because, as you know, Thanksgiving, they play Wiggly stuff, they play Darkway, and Miraidon's passive, that field, the Hydron Engine, it prevents sleep inside of that passive, so they're just getting that off the board, getting it out of the way, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to get that gone. You need to get out of the way, especially because that Unite move, that Bright Future Meteor Storm, is just so powerful. Lots of AoE damage, multiple hits. You can shift it around so you can't. So if somebody backs out of it, you can just keep following them around. The final hit being able to have that knock-up effect, so strong there. But keeping them relatively the same. We're going to keep the same 4 Pokemon. We got Miraidon, Mega Gyarados, Meowth, and Blissey banned out. But we're now opting to take out the Vaporeon, Mega Lucario, giving up Blastoise to a first pick for Thanksgiving.
I do like these bans for fun here. They are taking off some of this sustain and like firepower that Thanksgiving's been utilizing very well into the set so far. But overall for fun, we're gonna be taking some awesome picks of themselves. We're gonna have the next 2 picks in Suicune and Buzzwole. Buzzwole is an excellent brawler. He just says no to a lot of bulky walls, such as Blastoise over here. Blastoise tries to do a move, it's gonna get super powered or Leech Life right out of it.
Yeah, but picking up the Buzzwole does leave up the Mega Mewtwo X. This was a Pokemon for fun, had been banning out a lot for this set there. Now it's in the hands of PK, who is notorious on it. You do not want a brawler like Mewtwo X in their hands and they're able to pick it up. They go for the Clefable as well. Clefable Gravity, huge counter to Buzzwole. Not able to do a whole lot of it. It can't dash into it because it doesn't have Unstoppable on it, but it's not able to eject out of it either. So it's able to completely shut down the Buzzwole, but only if you're able to time those gravities really well.
Looks like we also have a Greninja pick. They've had plenty of games to decide. Looks like they're ready to work on something else here, try something else. We have Mew and Greninja. Mew is going to have a lot of range on it. It's going to have Electro Ball for great early game secure. We're going to also have Solar Beam for a lot of space control. We're going to have Greninja, who has part speedster qualities. It's going to have a dive move in its ultimate. Going to be able to pick off some enemies here. But on the other side, we have Pikachu and we have Charizard X. As I said before, Charizard is an excellent board breaker, but he's going to have to watch out for defenders such as Blastoise. All around, just don't like fighting defenders. So we're going to also have Gravity Clefable. Going to be able to put Charizard stuck in place, so he's going to have to play very carefully here.
Mad respect to Voltage for pulling up Pikachu. Such an underrated Pokemon, and a powerful one at that. Volt Tackle, Electro Ball, able to lock down and shut down a lot of Pokemon there. Does not care about gravity either. I mean, you can't use the Volt Tackle inside of it, but it doesn't care about it. But it's got that incense on, so you know what this tells me? This might be a Thunderbolt combo from Pikachu. Lots of AoE damage, AoE stun, and as you said, anti-heal.
Yep. Coming into Game 4, everything's loading up. I do like these picks from both teams. It's very comprehensive. And it just comes down to player skill. Skill expression at its finest. Coming into here. Articuno League. Season 11. Week 3.
Alright, well I'm getting pinged again, so this tells me we probably have another crash. So, while we load in there, yep, game crash. Voltage, got it. Alright. So we're going to pause the game.
I wonder if it crashed before Pikachu or after Pikachu.
Well, we're not asking for
either way.
A reset. We're just looking for a game pause. So,
yep, you know what it is, chat. Trying to grab some water, get more snacks, rehydrate, refocus.
Exactly. You know what? Maybe this is what Voltage needs. Voltage's like, man, I gotta pee. what do I do? Game crash. Got it. Go. The absolute peak. No, I'm just joking with you. But honestly, no, like the state of the game, like with all these crashes, it's annoying. To put it lightly, it's annoying. But you work through it. You do stuff, and that's where expert casters like you and I are able to come in and focus up. Despite the ADHD, despite the ADD, being like, hey, what's that over there? Oh, what's that? Hey, what's this? Why isn't Sableye here? You know, we're able to lock in and say, you know what? We're professional streamers. We're professional casters. We got this locked in.
Yeah, and especially for the competitors, you're gonna love this extra time, more time to formulate your game plan, solidify it, understand all your calls out, understand the main targets for each team, and like, yeah, a true competitor, this is nothing for them. They like live for this extra time. Focusing up, it's been about 1 minute. It's fine. Take all the time you need. This is gonna be a competitive step. We're in it for the long haul, and hopefully, for fun, brings up their A game. Steps it up so we get a game 5, perhaps. That's the best timeline I'm looking for. A game 5.
Yeah, that's what I want as well. Listen, game 5 scenarios. It'll be I believe. No, it won't be the first in the league. We've had already a few game 5s already as well. But yeah, like this. It's a rarity. It's a rarity. In season 11 so far, we might see a few more buzzer beater right to a game 3 scenarios for the playoffs, because I believe the playoffs are game 3s, so we are going to be all right. So we're going to go and we'll be like starting in 15 seconds. This gives time for the other team to see that. So there we go.
I will say the craziest I've seen is actually a reverse 3-0 in like week 1 of this league. I didn't think that could happen. Ooh. Funny enough, the team, like, they lost the first 2 games. They thought that was the set that we had to call them back in and tell them, hey, it's a 3 out of 5. But coming in here, back to stunning in 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna begin here.
Absolutely. We got the Mewtwo. We got Mew and the Mewtwo. We got the Mew duo coming into the bot lane there. Meanwhile, we
Father and son heading to the bottom. Actually,
exactly.
That's cool.
Now you think Mewtwo's bigger, so they're the father, but it's Mew, all Pokemon that are descended from. So really, the Mew is the father of all Pokemon. Interesting enough.
The furtive pygmy, you might say, for Pokemon. Coming in, we got Electro Ball taking a lot of damage for Snorlax. He's going to have to go back. Mewtwo X getting a lot of those points. They're getting a lot of secure. Meanwhile, at the top, we have Squirtle waiting for the 920, waiting to perhaps water gun these Datus back to his side. But it's going to be a tall order. We have Suicune with a lot of area effect damage. Buzzwole coming in, building that muscle gauge, getting a lot of damage hit, but he's going to have to back up. We have, there's the eject button. He can't quite get away from Greninja, and neither can perhaps Suicune, but we have Charmeleon waiting in the wings, providing that fallback that this team's going to need. They're going to have to really rely on Charizard X this game. They want him online, so that's why they have him sent to the jungle here. Coming to the 850Bs.
That's exactly.
Yep, wait, hold on.
Oh, there we go. 850 birds are gone. They're eaten up by the majority of the side of Thanksgiving. There goes Buzzwole taking down Chrissy and Noah, looking for a way to engage onto this Greninja. We're going for the Fire Punch. We hit both, but we don't get the follow-up on it. Going for the Clefable instead. Huge damage on Clefables. They try to heal it off with the Moonlight there. Wouldn't it be funny if you just accidentally clicked Draining Kiss right there, Fairy? I'm just saying, that would have been hilarious. We all would have laughed, me the hardest.
Yeah, but definitely at the bottom. You know, at the bottom lane, we have Mewtwo X pretty much bullying that bottom lane, getting everyone out of there, securing all the farm and the objectives. He's going to have to back up here. He looks like he's level 6. That's pretty high right now. Yeah. Pulling in, he's running Future Sight, a lot of bonus damage. The beauty about Future Sight is your teammates can add on to the bonus damage. You're pretty much bargaining a target, hey, hit this guy, and he will go down. Moving on to the Rage's Rocket here, it's 7:55, so we have Greninja ripping away. He's kind of all by himself. So we can try to look for secure. We have also Thoob here on the Snorlax trying to look for a Heavy Sun, but look, he's going to be able to ignore it. We have Mew with a secure here as everyone returns to neutral.
We're going to the top side there, but we do have Chrissy and Zoro up in the top there going against Fairy there. JK going to be peeling off, going back for that central path there, as we do have Glue Sniffer looking for any sort of piece of experience to try to get Blastoise. Literally one away there, but they have to take it solo, otherwise there won't be enough to do it. but they're already looking for Maul. There it is. Nice, juicy level 7 Charizard. They're looking for the Zoro. We have Blue Sniffer going in as the 720 birds come up. They're looking to take them down. 1 hit, 2 hits. What? Oh, so close. Zoro getting out by the skin of their teeth. Huge boosted auto attack coming in from the Mule. There's the nice engage from Thoob coming out, but it's going to be the Surf that seals
a better
the deal.
engage from Surf. Blastoise coming in here. Suicune's trying to minimize the damage here, but he can't. These defenders cannot be stopped, bullying everyone in their path. Blastoise taking better position, can just keep Suicune off the pad, and they claim it. That is a wipe right there.
Nice KO on that wild Pokemon there with JK. They're trying to deny that voltage any experience that they're able to do as well. Massive damage on low Pokemon, getting those quick executes with that Surf there. Water Burst Shuriken comes out to try to stay alive as Glue Sniffer comes in to create space. They want to say, you know what? Get the heck out of here. That's my Greninja and you ain't touching him.
And it's a Surf Greninja at that. You rarely see it these days, but he's wielding it very well. Able to get a quick KO on Pikachu and a lot of entry damage on Charizard to back him off. Now we have Mewtwo X moving into the center farm. All uncontested at this point. For fun, it's going to have to regroup here. They're going to have to get levels. They're starting to fall behind coming into the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, there we go. For Fun is lacking there, but Mega Charizard is on the field there. We do have that opportunity with the Seismic Slam in its pocket there. This could be the swing that they want as Regirock comes in. Defense, special defense buffs for 90 seconds, but Charizard's loft laning. They're like, you know what? I got points. I got to score them. We can get back on the board here as we're going in for a huge overcap here for the 40 points for 30 over. 209 to 67 now for the side of Thanksgiving.
Yep, and they're not stopping here. They're going to peel into this jungle, get even more fun, getting even bigger and stronger. We have Mewtwo X pulling people in with Future Sight, building that Mega Gauge really fast. We have the Pikachu Unite, then we have Blastoise Unite, defusing that Pikachu Unite as they tear into this top lane. Going into the Flux Zone here, we have Charizard. He's going to have to let this rip. He's going to have to take back position here and now. Mewtwo X actually goes down, followed by Chansey. And it goes down. Pure Fun taking their pad and their space back. Next is Blastoise here doing what he can. There's the block, and there's that interaction we talked about. Surf being stopped by the block, and there goes Blastoise down next.
But it just
eventually,
won't die. There it goes, a huge infinite sideburn to try to help seal from the other side of the map. Not able to clutch any KOs there. Oh, we are able to pick up the Buzzwall.
Yep, we take those trades, even more experience. Blastoise made the best of a good situation, made the best of a bad situation there. And they're still showing presence here at the bottom pad. Going back into the farm, they want seconds. And they're going to be peeling up to the top objective, which should be Regieleki, I believe.
Yeah, should be Regieleki into the top there as well. So that's going to be massive for the side of Thanksgiving if they're able to take it. That is going to allow them to go down into that T2 pad as they're able to take it there. Now we're going to be able to shove this beam down Regieleki's throat. Electric on grass energy there. Able to take it down and secure.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be playing for the next bottom objective, but first they're going to have to defend this pad here. Blastoise holding it down. He's very more than capable for stalling long enough. Chansey's X-speeding down to help out his friend. Mewtwo X clean up some farm here. He's going to want to keep his levels. He's going to want to be bid just like that Greninja. Level 13 out around the 4-minute mark. He is in wonderful pacing to snowball this game. We're going to have for fun here, making a play for top, leaving the Regieleki to walk through. I do kind of agree with this. They gotta have some momentum started. They don't want to waste any more time. They need levels. They're falling behind. We still don't have a Snorlax ult. We still don't have a Suicune ult. They're level 8. It is 3:30. They are very behind.
They are indeed, but we have massive scores going in on this Regieleki for the side of Thanksgiving there. Bringing it down from 100 to 9 to 7. 93 going in. Blastoise stuck in the middle as the Hydro Typhoon comes out. Very late, but look at the engage there. Going in for the Hydro Pump to gets the KO onto that voltage there, taking them down. They said, your name is Electric, but listen, I'm a Water-type Pokemon. There's the eject button, though. That is going to be a crucial resource that Glue Sniffer will not have come Kyogre time.
Hey, this Blastoise is a bully. This Blastoise is hype. I love all these plays. If I going down, I'm taking some of y'all with me. Said to the Pikachu. Unfortunately. But we're coming down to the 2-minute mark. For Fun's got to get recomposure, get all the farm they can. And they're going to have to come up with a really good strategy to kind of counteract what Thanksgiving's doing here. They've taken control of this game and they've cracked it wide open. Everything is there. Every advantage is theirs. We're gonna have Thube here over at the bottom Elbush, getting some vision, much needed. It's 220. Everything's winding down. All the teams are getting ready for this final fight, perhaps, if Forfun doesn't shape up here.
Yeah, because if there's one thing we know about this map is if there's a Kyogre, the game's not over. And already we're looking to grab a position there as Forfun staring down Thanks Gaming. Looking nice engaged from Thube, able to look for PK. There's the freezes on the Blastoise and the Super.
Oh, they have. Oh, there it is. Mewtwo ulting to get out of there.
For Shuriken, the Mew and
Solar Beam!
Bursts coming through. It's just mauling a dream. Mega Charizard's looking to be on the retreat there as we're looking to pick them off and grab them. There's the Mega Mewtwo to go toe.
Mega versus Mega here.
But the Ripper Kyogre is now real. It's going strong as Mew and that Greninja are looking to take it.
Yeah, that's pretty much theirs. And the Charizard's gonna be wrapped up next. He can't get out of there. This Mega is over. His time in the sun is dead. We're gonna have Thanksgiving and moving into the top, getting those final scores in and wrap up this game. Let's see how Forfun handles this. They have some people left. They're gonna have to make a miracle if they want to make this happen.
Yeah, we are.
There's a Snorlax ult, just in time.
107 there is going to be able to take them down. We're going in, but
they gotta pick on Greninja. That's huge.
They do.
That's huge. Greninja's gonna be out for a while now. Blastoise gets that score in? No way.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not good.
55 seconds there. Charizard's back, but they're all alone. They got to hold for 15 seconds. Look for these KOs. Entei's in trouble. Finds the connection to that Clefable there.
Pikachu uniting. There was going in. He gets another buff.
We got the Moonlight now coming in from the Clefable, but it's not going to be enough. As Lucifer's now going to be taken down. 2 buffs now. 3 buffs, sorry. Playing for the side.
They got to leave that Blastoise alone. He has no points. They have to score. They're falling behind. There's only 30 seconds left.
Leave it. Just go. Just go.
Leave him alone. You gotta go score. You leave him alone.
That's exactly what he wants. You can't do anything to him. Go for fun. Go. He's just stalling you for fun.
Oh.
12 seconds.
Well, looks like they're gonna be thanking them for the gaming here. That's too big. That's too much. And here comes Blastoise again. First one over here. Gonna be able to defend. There's the Mewtwo Unite, and there's the Suicune Whirlpool, but it's not enough. There's gonna be no more scores here. And that wraps up the set. Thanks Gaming winning 3-1.
3-1 indeed. Good, strong showing for Forfun in the first game. Taking it handily. Thanks Gaming. Not able to really retaliate too much that they were able to do. Quickly though, like that Hoopa was a boon to their strategy there. Going into game 2, they brought the Hoopa back. Didn't do as much overall, but they still brought it incredibly close. They get the secure on the Kyogre, and it's almost over there for the Thanksgiving, but they are pushing hard. Game number 3, though, they pivoted away from the Hoopa strategy when it was working so well for them, and I think that might have been the downfall for Forfun, is when they pivot away from a Pokemon that was working so well into their pockets.
I can see why they pick a mod like Suicune. They just, from that other game before, they just didn't have enough damage and control of like the spacing. They just needed more, and like Hoopa just can't do it all by himself, so like they pick a mod like Suicune who can do more, but it just wasn't enough for this game.
Yeah, absolutely there. So Thanks Gaming's going to take this set 3-1. Forfun, the first team in the Articuno League to take a game off of Thanks Gaming this season. So they're not going to be going 9-0, but they will be ending on 9-1 there. Forfun will be ending on 4-7 for their record, going into the playoffs, which will be happening on Friday, January 30th for 8 p.m. EST. You do not want to, well, I think they're still deciding the time there. It's either 7 p.m. EST or 9 p.m. EST. So I think we're still deciding on the time. Once the captains have all the votes in, we will know more. But that is going to be everything from us tonight, guys. So before we sign off, GX2, anything else? Any final thoughts on the set that you want to share?
I love the team composition that Thanksgiving has employed. It's always something new, but it's still fundamental to what they do. They still have their identity no matter what the comp is, and it's pretty much protect the president. I do love that playstyle, and we can actually interview the winners if you'd like. That's something we can do.
You know what? That is true too. I forgot that is something we can do. All right, so you know what? That's a great job. I always forget to do that, so that's great.
Yeah, we can move on over to the interview VC and have the winners come on through.
All right, let's ping JK. Make sure to see if they want to do an interview.
Yeah. Yep. This has been such an awesome set.
It has been.
I loved it. Especially those first 2 games, those are nail biters. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's go into the interview VC and let's drag some people. All right, now I've got to make sure that the audio there for... Oh, yeah, it's perfect. It's working. Hell yeah, we love it. All right there. So let's bring in... How many members of Thanks Gaming are coming in, Fairy? Is it all of you?
It's just us
2?
two. No,
Just
it's just
you
us
two?
two.
Everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to go sleep.
I was gonna say,
Fair enough.
everyone else went immediately to sleep.
I gotta know, who was the Blastoise? I want to shake that person's hand so bad.
It was
That guy
Seal.
was-
That's our seal / glue sniffer. Very good at tank.
He
Yeah.
was raw. He was so raw.
He do be engaging with the best of them. His engages are always immaculate.
Absolutely.
That's what a
Yeah.
defender's all about. You choose where the fights happen. You are the battlefield. I love that about defenders, and it's so
Yeah.
nice to see one done well.
So we are joined tonight by Fairy, the support player, and JKDX, the carry that you guys were seeing. That Decidueye that didn't quite hit 200k. Very disappointed. Why wasn't it
Come
300?
on, dude. Oh, come on,
Electra
dude.
Ninja, 58k. Like, you're outdamaged by a Blastoise, bro. Come on.
That Blastoise was raw though.
Damn.
Come on, give him some credit.
Yeah, I was gonna
Damn.
say like, okay. See, the Blastoise tank was on their side for like the solid last 30 seconds. I just had to play it safe, okay?
All right, game number
He was out there
one.
doing numbers.
Game number 1, Hoopa. You lost to Hoopa. It absolutely was a menace. Game number 2, though, did you guys have a plan for Hoopa, especially once you realized that they picked it again?
I
No.
was gonna say we were actually focusing on the Desi because we felt like the Desi was causing a lot of issues. We knew they were gonna pick a lot of Hoopa, and we knew they were gonna pick a lot of Desi, right? Like, because we knew this going in, which is why we were we were basically already mentally preparing ourselves for those. And we had 2 ways to go about beating their Desi. The Hoopa, we were kind of banking on winning early game and trying to 4 or even 5-man push an early pad to prevent the macro lead. And that seems to be our working strategy. But with the Desi, it felt like we had to either commit to picking it early or trying to counter draft it. The first one was obviously us trying to counter draft it, but obviously it didn't work out well. So we pivoted to picking it early, and that seemed to work a lot better.
Absolutely.
Jake is just giving excuses to 2-3 Desi. He's just giving excuses.
True. But no, that Hoopa was definitely causing a fair amount of issues. We just figured, our strategy of pad pushing early to try and deny the tier 1s early was a working strategy for it.
Yeah, definitely good stuff.
Go ahead there.
You guys adjust so quickly.
Yeah, like I said, we knew. I literally went through all of their they really made us sweat. I literally went through every single match, 5-stack match in ranked and tourney mode, going back 14 pages of Unite API and just literally dating every single mon they pick and its win rate to figure out what we were scared of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do have a question for game 3 where you guys picked it was Decidueye and Blissey. They picked a Talonflame and Kobe. How are your feelings going into that match? I understand that they were gunning for you. So what was your thought process going into that game?
The thought process was that I needed to space myself out in a way I needed to accomplish 2 goals with my positioning. The first goal was that I wanted to be able to move out of the Brave Bird range. So that way, even if I got sweet kissed by the Talon, I wouldn't instantly die. So that would allow the Blissey to safeguard me. And my second positioning goal was to position myself on the opposite side of my team, in relation to the Blissey. Basically, I wanted the Blissey to be in between me and the team, so that way she could easily hit her safeguard and ult on me without any possible mess ups. So that was the goal of positioning that we had to take up in order to deal with that.
Yeah, I remember
What was your thought?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Ray.
What was my approach? It was keep JKDX alive by safeguarding him and throwing ults. No, I was saving safeguards quite a lot for when I saw the Sweet Kiss or when I saw the Talon dive you, just to give you a little bit, of a shield. And I think I have gotten pretty good at timing the Blissey ults to prevent you from dying. Like, not to like try to save you, but rather like preemptively uh you know saving you. I don't know if that makes sense. And also being able to squish opponents. um yeah, and I was really focused, and I think I told, like, you could hear me in the comms. If you were to hear the comms, I was telling them, don't get on top of JK. Like, y'all do not get on top of him. I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, that good call outs. So yeah, I remember discussing with John that that's gonna be one of the core interactions of that set. Can the Talonflame take down the Sidroid, which is one of the main two forces of offense for that team? But sometimes you guys will go down. Very rarely, you guys play that very well, and like, but you also had the reserve Mega Lucario, and like he cleaned up very well. So that was a great boon for the team. We got one more question for you guys. So you guys won the first two games, or it was 1-1. Then you guys won the next one. What you guys' mindset going into that game thing? Were you guys trying on like anything new, anything exciting, or what was the mindset going into that last game?
Going into the last game, we were admittingly still a little worried about the Hoopa and the potential dive, and that's why I was hesitant to pick the Desi again, as we were. I was thankful, it was thankful that we were able to get some really key mons like Blastoise to help deal with their picks. They actually completely changed up their draft game 4. And I imagine that was in an attempt to pivot because, when your back's against a wall, it's either do you keep trying to do the same strategy or do you do something different? And I imagine they decided to like really pivot their draft to try and like go with an alternative strategy because like it was pretty close the first 3 games. So
it was
they
a
did
very
get
competitive set.
Yeah, they did. They made us definitely worried. Like it was definitely throwing us for a loop, the Lax and the Suicune. And definitely the bans were way different. Like they actually just went full on target banning a lot of what we wanted to do. So we were a little worried, but thankfully, once again, like I knew a lot of what they might have picked in advance. So I knew if the Desi wasn't really in play, that they tend to do a lot of all-rounders, like a lot of all-rounders.
Yep, they
So I
definitely
knew
do.
so I basically made sure that any draft we had some form of answer to all-rounders. I did say I made like a spreadsheet of all their mon picks, and it was like outside of like the top 3, like 5 or 6 after that were all-rounders. So yeah, like I said, we just like once we saw a bit of a different pick, we just tried to default to all-rounder answers, and it ended up working well.
Yeah,
No,
good
that's
stuff. You guys are very, very studied.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the beautiful things
Yeah.
about a league like this too, is that you guys are just able to come in and find your pivots and find your Pokemon that you're able to come in. And it's like you can tell too that For Fun was able to do some research on you. They were prepared for the Razor Desi. It didn't it work they were able to handle it handle it at the start there, but they weren't able to collapse on it there, but they were able to take the Metagross game off your hands for you. But my God, you guys were able to take it close, 3-1. So I have to say, my final question for you guys, we have Articuno League finals happening next Friday. So January 30th. That's a week away. There's a lot of teams in here. There's 16 teams in this league there. So what are your like top contenders, top threats that you guys are going to be keeping your eye out for?
Like I know I said it before. I know like personally we definitely want to be Ashen Ones and Juice Daddies just because we know them and we obviously do kind of want to win. I do know Bush Check and Exodia are looking really good from the what group were they in? Let me just double check. Hoenn, yeah. Those two are working looking really well as well. So we definitely wanted to make sure we're definitely probably going to research them as well as United Hashiras. I hope I'm not
United
mispronouncing that, but
Hashiras.
yeah, those are probably the big five that were the like looking to fight and beat.
Yeah, awesome. No, that's actually, those are some really strong teams in the league as well. So, yeah, absolutely. But thank you guys for copping on and giving us this interview tonight. Thank you guys for putting on what a wonderful show tonight, too. For all our viewers to come in and watch you guys, get some gameplay going, get some content for the other teams, and do some research on you guys with, too. Because, you know, that's what they're definitely going to be looking at. Because you guys are one of the top teams in the league right now, finishing strong with 9 wins, 1 loss. So, that is absolutely fantastic. But now, that is going to be all the time that we have for you guys tonight. So, thank you, viewers at home, for watching and listening. Thank you, Maul and Thu, for putting on and adminning the Articuno League. And thank you to my beautiful co-caster, GX2. I mean, look at that, buddy. Oh, I got to point the other way. Look at him. That is a mighty Charizard picture right there. And you think that's just a picture? That's what he looks like in real life. Don't piss him off. But thank you so much, GX2, for coming on and casting with me tonight. It has been a blast, brother, and I hope we get to do more in the future. So, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you guys soon. Later.